Chiedina. No, nulla. No, da qua non la vedi, mi sa. Così comunque sei below tanto, cioè o fai una play a una tua oppure...
Sto tentando di fare qualcosa questi qua.
Sono l'Ox e quell'altro, zio. Due seghe. Ci ho messo 3 anni a uccidermi che mi hanno fatto a sparare e non potevo buildare.
Mi stanno anche... sono certi video. C'è un po' qualcuno a destra.
Questi sono in zona. Mi crea spaddare addosso a questi. Non questi, ma quelli che stanno sparando loro. Ho sentito quando salti si sente. Là in quella casetta. È in zona quella casa. Sono in zona quello. Sono in zona tutti, sono in zona. Box fight. Da questo buco.
Stai cercando delle mappe creative, innovative e divertenti da giocare con i tuoi amici? Dai un'occhiata a queste fantastiche mappe.
Scusa, grazie a Raid.
C'è un altro team. Qua c'è un altro team. Sei in zona, sei cap di mazzo. La cecchinato ora. Bravissimo. 300 mazza ancora.
Terminano qua le FNCS di Baffo e Predage. Andiamo da Bello e Gabix, ultimi Itas rimasti in game. Vediamo fino a quando effettivamente sono rimasti in game. Grazie Giuseppe, grazie del follow, benvenuti ragazzi. Possiamo pagare la bet mod. Bet vinta da Bello e Gabix. Primo game che giocano di oggi praticamente. Allora, sto per prendere una decisione. Allora ragazzi, la decisione è questa. In maniera molto trasparente, Belusi e Gabix sono morti la posizione dopo di Buff e Pred, perciò andiamo a goderci il game finale. Il game finale dalla POV di Fortnite, dove almeno vediamo tra Malibu e Merstach e Quisi e Thomas chi va a vincere.
At least into the next zone pulls on over.
I mean, that knock-on elimination was crucial for the position that they're in now. As Thomas HD and Queasy, the numbers getting lower and lower, but the stress levels are rising. Storm Surge is active. At any second now, they could go from 37 above to below.
Morto da 7 tra l'altro.
As they need to find damage.
Yeah, it's just a tough
37 above erano.
Switch up. The big difference
Pietro.
of being contested versus being uncontested. They're not able to get the early damage, whether they win, lose, or draw the fight against Noms and Cringe, because they're no longer there at Lavish Layer. And with not too many teams rotating in that direction, it's going to be hard for them to try to figure out where. They're kind of forced into certain positions. Even with a sniper, Thomas is not able to find anything to work with. Luckily for him, Queasy landing a couple of shots, 18 above. But this is not a feeling of comfortability for this duo that has their eyes set on that first place.
Tutti Seba.
A miracle.
Morti tutti i Itas che c'erano. Se volete ragazzi intanto, siete qua ovviamente per gli italiani, se volete giocare un po' dopo nella 2.0 build nuova, potete entrare nella mappa che è stata pubblicata. Fatemi sapere se funziona tutto, dovrebbe essere fissato anche il bug dei bunker e tutto il resto. A posto, stira la funge?
As Thomas has lost a bit of shield, not cracked yet though.
Yeah, forced to stagger in that position. Those are the dangers of rotating on foot instead of taking those rifts. You see everybody that was positioned towards Loot Island making their way on over. Queasy and Thomas were looking like one of the first teams to try to make it to zone. Now they're going to be one of the last, and they fall below the damage threshold, so they have no other choice but to look back of zone where they see a fight going on. Now damage being dished out. They fall even further below. This is a nightmare of a situation for Queasy and Thomas to be in.
Minchia. 120 below.
Like they have a lot of shields. Only thing helping them is that medallion. As now Grapple Blade's forced to get into zone. It's gonna be Phaser and King holding them.
Ah, io godo perché tifo per Malibuca, quindi va bene per me.
Is it gonna be enough to continue the pressure though?
He hits the knock, but this is his chance. He's staggered, focused. That's low-key on the other side along with his duo. Queasy's trying to move in on the other side, but nothing is given. Everything is earned in a situation like this. And I do believe King was able to get the revive back on up to Phaser. And Thomas Queasy still flirting with disaster when it comes to that Storm Surge.
The snipe to put them back into the match. Now 60 above.
Sì, ragazzi, Thomas per carità fenomenale, Però, raga, poverino Malibuca, dai, se la merita una win dopo tutto sto tempo. Uno in chat per Malibuca, 2 in chat per Thomas. Morto Queasy.
Queasy's dropped. Phaser's able to get the knock. He's trying to save the day. Thomas with the backfire. Gets the knock back onto Phaser. This is everything for Queasy and Thomas. King is getting backed up little by little. Medallion not able to
help Thomas
because it's in the inventory of Queasy.
Cazzo, res per res. Res e basta.
Kiro and Kaduo, they caused destruction. That was a huge blessing in disguise for Thomas and Queasy because now they're free to get this revive back on up.
The third place duo
42 above.
finishing off Phaser and King as now Thomas and HD and Queasy are gonna be able to heal up, but they're still 42 above. They need more damage. One more snipe shot is all
li hanno già staccati,
hit here.
Li hanno già staccati questi 2 kill che hanno per il momento. 6-24 a 6-16.
Between first and second. How are they still up, Jacob?
Ragazzi, vado in solo emote. Spammetto in solo emote. Siamo nella parte finale del game. Dammi, fateci vedere loro, ragazzi. Con tutto il rispetto per Kiduo, ma fatemi vedere Malibuca. Morto Tyson. Thomas è tutto là a sinistra. Eccole, kill di Merstach. Buono. 420 above. Bello.
They have a bit more heals to hold off, but still, Storm Surge has been attacking him throughout
Top
the majority of
25.
this match.
Top 24. Partono le top.
Just 41 above, but as the players begin to rotate, 8th zone has appeared. This is gonna open up.
Dai, comunque vada, è una duo che se lo merita, ragazzi.
Stai cercando delle mappe creative, innovative e divertenti da giocare con i tuoi amici? Dai un'occhiata a queste fantastiche mappe.
Comunque vada, è una duo che se lo merita. Sia Queasy e Thomas, sia Malibuca e Merstach lo meritano. Però sarei contento se Malibuca riuscisse a vincerne una.
This is where it's going to get tough for Queasy and Thomas, and as soon as the edits open, Thomas takes a ton of damage. Shields getting dropped. Medallion is in the inventory of Queasy, so he's not going to have time to get the shields on back, and now he falls below the damage threshold. Adversity at its finest as Queasy remains the target of multiple players in the lobby.
Forced to pop a flopper up to 74. Medallion gets dropped. Thomas now will be able to recuperate shield once he picks this up. But it's Pablo. It's Bevy's knocking on their door. Are they going to be able to get out?
Stiamo facendo una situazione.
55 below. It's not going to be an easy
2 punti di distanza di nuovo. Morto Queasy. Morto Queasy. Thomas in solo. Ah, mo se ne sono accorti.
It's all up to Thomas. 8 builds to his name. He's trying to get this elimination on the bull backside of zone, and he finds that elimination, but not many builds. But he gets bandages. Another pressure towards the front side. It's looking disastrous for
Thomas. No, ucciso. Morto Thomas. La staccano Malibuca e Merstach. Che no, godo, però pensavo addirittura killato da loro. Mi sa che forse ora sono pari. Mod, aprite la chat. No, vabbè, no, non l'aprite. Penso 2 top in più. non di
one
più.
more placement, one more elimination will be official.
Vi faccio vedere la classifichina aggiornata. No, Kiro!
32 below. They still have a chance right now. They're still over 60, 70 points on the board in terms of placement if Malibuca and Mustache can go down.
Malabuca's cracked. The fresh is on. He gets knocked. It's all up to Mustache. This could be it. The comeback from Kiro and Kiduo. If Mustache goes down, he cannot let that happen.
I'm not even sure if a placement came in.
Facci vedere la classifica, regia, mortacci de Pippo!
Just yet, Mustache still needs to be able to clutch up. He's been in this situation before 1 year ago, and he was on the victory end along with Tayson of a close race. But now it's going to be put to the test yet again. He's under pressure, getting shot from different angles, 83 HP. He's well above the damage threshold, and he still finds a way to stay alive. Even dodging zone along the way, but he goes down. Mustache goes down, but he picked up more points in terms of placement.
It is all up to Kiro and Kiduo now. They need to secure the victory royale.
Occhio a Kiro, Occhio a Kiro adesso. Occhio a Kiro e Kiduo.
There's a ton of placement points on the board, but they're going to need eliminations mixed in with that if they want to take it overall. Kiro and Kiduo, I don't even know if they know the situation that they're in right now.
They're still trying. Medkits
no.
Duo partners went down. It's all up to
Morto
Kiro.
Kiduo.
He has no materials. He's on the edge of zone. No more medkits now, as he might be able to pick up a bit of loot. It's even more medkits. The blessing as he grapples on in.
He didn't grab the medkits though. He panicked. He went to the front of zone. Doesn't grab materials either. Kiro has to dig deep. He got 6 more teams, 7 more teams down worth of placement points. 581. He needs to be able to push himself over the edge, but there are so many teams in his path ready to stop him.
Now the rotate continues. Shot connects. The Vico eliminated. That's one on the board. Materials recuperated. Now ahead of zone.
This is legendary right now. He's earned this spot. First elimination has been found, but once again, running out of builds, running out of time. You see him looking all around, trying to look to the backside of the zone. Can he find anybody sneaking around? There are so many duos on top of that layer that he's at. Sato and Alex.
Morto Kiro e secondo me hanno vinto loro. Ha vinto Malibuca, ragazzi. Coi punti di top che ha preso là alla fine.
As Marius is finishing off this last match, medkit popped, 3 elims on the board.
Sangil got his first victory royale this weekend in FNCS Finals lobby, looking to make it 2, looking to get more points and line their pockets with money, but Marius forced to drop down low, shots coming from above. It's almost looking like a solo FNCS, but one duo, Noms and Cringe on the high ground.
And they're holding strong. Just 11, 14 HP for Marius. He's forced back into zone, but it's duos that are up against him. He needs a miracle for the 1 versus 2. Takes the first shot, hits a wall, blocked off, as now Marius is the only solo left.
He's just hiding.
Morto pure Marius, ha fatto un bel torneo.
But he gets taken out. And Sato on the low ground. Noms and Cringe switching up their drop spot in the last 2 games.
Ultimo 2v2, andiamo in classifica.
To this point, what a way to end the game if they could somehow drop down to their opponent and finish it off. But multiple win conditions going around both of these teams. 3 medkits each. Sato getting tossed around, trying to play disruptor, but he's gonna get dropped down. Noms and Cringe, they're the duo on the high ground, but Analyx forced to start to heal off early.
Both teams had 3 medkits. Andalex, though, the pressure's on him. Noms goes down with the knock. The heal-off continues now. Who is going to be able to outlive?
Andalex does have a little bit of lead in terms of those medkits, but we've seen multiple kills getting scattered around on some fallen foes. Andalex starting the last of his opportunity. Crimson, he finds another one. Almost fumbles the bag there, but the medkit is going to be popped. Andalex now has to turn the tides. He has to go on the hunt, sees an opponent, staring him in the eyes, trying to go...
Che giocatore, mo apriamo la chat. Allora, vince il torneo, vince le FNCS Malibuca con Merstach di 1 punto di distacco, con Quisi e Thomas a 1 punto di differenza soltanto. Ora mo mi sento in colpa, però non è colpa, però voi sento in colpa, però 1 punto di distacco è veramente poco. Malibuca e Merstach finalmente vincono delle FNCS. Quisi e Thomas secondi, Kidu e Kiro terzi, Marius e Sangild quarta posizione, Vico e Pink, super comeback, quinta posizione. Pablo e Bevis, top 6. Reson e Badial passano dalla top 1 alla top 7 col day 2. Top 7, appunto. Shari e Geras, top 8. Lunex e Mone, top 9. E Andilex e 6, con chi ha giocato Andilex? Non mi ricordo il mate di Andilex. Chi cazzo è? Non lo so, vai, top 10 per Andilex. E i nostri primi italiani sono Dark e Darkiz in top 31. Belu e... no, Buff e Pred probabilmente prima? No, Belu e Gabix superano di un punto.
Stai cercando delle mappe creative, innovative e divertenti da giocare con i tuoi amici? Dai un'occhiata a queste fantastiche mappe.
Buffo e Pred, top 42. Belusi e Gabix, top 43. Buffo e Pred, top 50. Ark e Rickbor, un vero e proprio disastro. Un vero e proprio disastro. Disastro anche per Kami e Setti, da cui ci si aspettava sicuramente di più. Roban anche non benissimo purtroppo. Pixie e Wox, Volco e Vortexers che comunque si prendono la top 19. Tyson top 15. E vabbè, e insomma poi gli altri sono questi. Perciò bella disastrosa. Allora io vi invito, giusto un pochino perché io poi devo andare a dormire, sto stirando, a venire a provare la mappa Duo 0 build late game. La gioco un po' con voi. È stata appena pubblicata, perciò